You're listening to Menopause Natural Solutions, Episode 11, Menopausal Weight. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause and menopause related. Stay tuned as naturopath Jennifer Harrington explains how to use natural therapies to transform your health and happiness. Hello everyone, I'm your host Jennifer Harrington, and what a huge topic we have this week. Some women have struggled with weight their entire life, and for other women this is a new complaint. But before we get into the content, I wanted to remind you that there is 1 week left in our competition. For our new listeners, last week we discussed taking action and how action deserves celebration. And last week I celebrated a huge milestone of episode number 10. To celebrate, I'm giving away a personalised package to work with myself. It's 4 Skype-based consultations over a 3-month period. It's just you and I. During these consultations, we're going to discuss your individual symptom picture, look at relevant testing, optimize your diet and nutritional status, consider your lifestyle habits, and think about how your environment could be affecting your health. This also includes a treatment plan. What you have to do to be in the running is to first of all subscribe to the podcast. Second of all is to rate the podcast. Step 3 is to review the podcast, and step 4 is to copy and paste your review and add it to the clinic Facebook page. The reason behind this last step is so I can identify you if you are the winner. As an example, take this recent review from Love Filled Life in the US. She said, "I've been listening lately and loving the info and gentle delivery of education for menopause. Thank you for this podcast. Keep doing what you're doing for us who need the help and support." Thank you so much, Love Filled Life, for your review. It's so nice to know that my work is appreciated. But if you wanted to enter the competition, I have no way to contact you. You can use screen capture software like Jing. That's Jing. It's free and it allows you to copy your screen and to add that to and to paste it anywhere really. But in this particular case, I want you to paste it onto my Facebook page. That way, if you win, I can private message you and arrange your appointment times. But let's get into today's content. Today we're talking about weight. And for some women, menopausal weight can go on anywhere and everywhere. But for others, well actually for most people, it's more likely to be a weight redistribution, to be primarily around your abdomen. Weight gain at this time may be hormonal, but it could also be to do with your diet, lifestyle and genetics. So let's start with some of the basics. Dehydration. It is a well-known fact that the body can confuse the sensation of thirst for hunger, encouraging you to eat when actually you need to drink. Whenever you are hungry, make sure to drink a glass of water first and see if you are still hungry afterwards. Did you know that drinking 2 glasses of water alone can help increase your metabolism by a whole 30%? How much water are you currently drinking every day? Aim for at least 8 glasses. I personally drink a lot more than this, but if you aren't a water drinker, start slowly and build up. If you go from no water to 8 glasses, you probably won't leave the bathroom. Insomnia. Lack of sleep impacts negatively on your fat loss attempts as it increases a hormone called ghrelin. This is your hunger hormone. It stimulates appetite and promotes fat storage. Lack of sleep also decreases leptin. Leptin is a hormone that works in opposition to ghrelin by increasing the sensation of fullness. So after a poor night's sleep, you are more likely to be hungry, to eat more, and to store more as fat. But the bad news doesn't end here. Sleep deprivation also increases cortisol, a stress hormone. This hormone increases cravings for sugary food. Prolonged sleep deprivation, which is longer than 4 days, has been found to increase insulin resistance, setting you up for obesity, possibly diabetes, and making weight loss even harder. If getting to sleep or staying asleep is an issue for you, you may need to address this first. Consider going back and listening to podcast episode number 7 on menopausal sleep. Stress. Being stressed also increases cortisol. Cortisol's job is to mobilize glycogen stores. Glycogen is your short-term energy stores, and this increases blood sugar levels. You can only burn fat or lose weight when there isn't enough energy or fuel or sugar available. Therefore, in times of stress, you shut down fat loss and in some cases actually gain weight. This is because when your blood sugar levels are high, this is followed by a blood sugar low, and lows create a vicious cycle of cravings, especially for sugary type foods. Turning the tables on your weight starts with acknowledging where you are. Jumping on the scales and pulling out your old tape measure. I have a free resource for you today. If you head to the show notes, I'll add a link to my measuring chart that I use with my patients. It's pretty easy to fill out, and this will help you measure your results. Another way to measure success is to get your favorite outfit out that no longer fits you. Hang it in sight and try it on each week and photograph yourself each week so you can see that you are getting closer to fitting it again. There's nothing more exciting than being able to fit into an old pair of clothes that you absolutely love, and I really wish this for you. Confession time! I've personally gained some weight this year. I'm not overweight, I just don't fit into my favourite outfits anymore. It's the joys of writing a book and swapping movement time for sitting time. But now is the best time to change that. In my Facebook group, I've posted a picture of myself in an outfit I can no longer wear. And each week I'm going to add a new picture so you can watch me shrink. But honestly, I don't have much weight to lose, and I want this to inspire you. So I'm going to ask everyone else in my group who is ready to take action to publicly announce they are also ready for a different reality and to post their pictures. I love that my group is full of supportive, like-minded women. There will be so many people in your life that don't want you to change, not wanting you to start exercising or to eat better. And it's important to surround yourself with women who do want the best for you, who will support you and encourage you. Come on, guys, let's do this together. I want you to start writing a diet diary. It may surprise you how much you actually eat and the amount of junk food that sneaks in. I remember the first time I did this was in uni, and I hadn't acknowledged how much chocolate I was really eating. Seeing it on paper was pretty confronting and motivated to clean up my act. Meal planners are also beneficial. If you plan to eat well, you are halfway there. These days I use a meal planner over a diet diary, so I know what shopping I would need to buy, and it also helps to minimize waste. Did you know that a flat stomach is made in the kitchen and not in the gym? Food regulates 80% of your weight, and the remaining 20% is exercise. So please don't let this discourage you from exercising. It is absolutely essential. But the truth is, you cannot outrun a poor diet. Being overweight increases your need for all antioxidants. Antioxidants include, but are not limited to, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, and selenium. Obesity is also linked to vitamin D deficiency. You need to set a realistic target. Could be a pound a week or a kilo a fortnight. Slow and steady will get you to your goal. If you have lots of weight to lose, chunk it down into bite-sized, achievable amounts and celebrate your accomplishments as you go. You know I love celebrating action. Set yourself rewards along the way. It goes without saying these are non-food-based rewards. An example is to buy yourself a new dress when you drop down a dress size. Do a kitchen audit. Remove all non-healthy foods and replace them with healthier options that are going to support you in your weight loss goal. I love you to go back and listen to podcast episode number 3, Nutrition for Menopause, but I'll recap the essentials now. It is important to allow your digestive system time to rest and digest. Ideally, you need a minimum of 12 hours without food every day. This is easily obtained if you finish dinner by 7 p.m. and you don't start breakfast before 7 a.m. Stop the constant grazing. You should only eat 3 times a day within that 12-hour window. If you are hungry, have a drink of water. Are you actually drinking adequate fluids? Filtered waters, herbal teas count towards your daily intake. Coffee doesn't, as it's a diuretic. And fluids to avoid include juices, soft drinks, and alcohol. When planning a meal, start with the protein source, such as fish, chicken, beef, lamb, eggs. The next step is to add a carbohydrate in the form of a salad or a vegetable to your meal. Is there a good fat in your meal, or do you need to add one? Some meals naturally contain a good fat source, such as a seafood dish, while others require one added, such as adding avocado to your chicken salad or drizzling olive oil over it. Tip of the week, insulin resistance. This week, instead of a tip, I'm going to recommend a book. The book is called The Obesity Code by Dr. Jason Fung. This book discusses how to reverse insulin resistance and promote fat loss through intermittent fasting. If you can honestly say you have done everything I've suggested and your weight hasn't moved, it may be time to reduce your feeding window. The next goal would be 18-hour fasting window and a 6-hour feeding window. I find it easier to skip breakfast and start eating at lunchtime. Many others find it easier to skip dinner. It doesn't matter which meal you skip, what matters is the length of the fasting window. Dr. Fung suggests these tips for managing your appetite. 1 is to avoid all artificial sweeteners, as they trigger hunger and insulin response. 2, to physically remove yourself from food and food smells. 3, drink more water. 4, understand that hunger comes in waves and you only need to wait out the next wave. 5 is drinking green tea or coffee, that is without milk or sugar, can also help to manage your hunger. Motivate yourself for success. I want you to go out and find old pictures of yourself. Ideally, you need a picture that you love, with you being closer to your ideal size, and one you dislike, with you looking rather fat. Put both on your fridge. This might help motivate you to feed the healthier version of yourself instead of the unhealthier version. Open up your elimination pathways. Old body fat doesn't just evaporate, it needs to be removed from your body. Expect increased urination and bowel movements. If you are constipated, you need to resolve this fast. Consider re-listening to podcast episode 9 on menopause and digestion. Increase lymphatic movement. Your lymphatic system works like a sewer. It moves around and removes waste products. Increasing lymphatic movement cleanses the body and increases its ability to drop weight. Try dry skin brushing, massage, and movement. Why not head to the day spa? This can be a good reward for hitting your first target and help accelerate the accomplishment of your next goal. Supplemental help. Consider whether these supplements could be of benefit to you reaching your goal. This is the final tip for a reason. It should be the last thing you consider after changing your diet and increasing your exercise. Beneficial fats, such as MCT oil and fish oil, can help burn bad fats. Liver support, such as milk thistle and dandelion. fat transporters such as choline, inositol, and carnitine, blood sugar regulators and craving support. Gymnema is a herb specific for sugar cravings, and chromium and inositol can also help with that as well. Digestive support such as digestive enzymes and probiotics. Supplemental don'ts. Don't include fat-absorbing supplements like chitosan, as it also absorbs all of your good fat-soluble nutrients at the same time. And as we've already mentioned, being overweight increases your need for all of your antioxidants, and you don't want to waste them. Also, avoid products that have lots of stimulants in them. Thank you for listening in today. If you found this episode useful, please write a review. And don't forget, this is your final chance to go into the draw to win a personalised consultation package. Winner is announced on Thursday the 15th of August, so you don't have much time. I really look forward to reading all your reviews. Thank you, and bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, share, and leave a review. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice.